Today I'm going to take you through the 4 segments of a basic core workout. So grab your mat and let's get into it. So for part 1 of your beginner core workout, we're going to focus on the rectus abdominis. That's the muscle group that you think of as your 6-pack or your 8-pack or whatever pack you have. And it is the muscle group that connects your ribs to your pelvis, and it is in charge of flexing your spine, and that's pretty much it. So if all you did was work the rectus abdominis, you'd end up like a hunchback. So that's why we have 4 parts to this workout. So we're going to start with a basic crunch. How you do a basic crunch. So what you want to do is pull your belly button through your body into the floor. So your low back is imprinted into the floor. You're going to leave it there, and without squeezing your glutes, you're going to lift your rib cage as high up off the floor as you can. So when you do this, there's a lot of pieces involved. You want to keep the belly down. You want to pull the shoulder blades as high up off the floor as you can, but keep your shoulders out of your ears. You want to have space for like an egg between your chin and your chest, so you don't want to be all squished up like that. And you want your focus, this is important, you want your focus to be on your thighs or on the wall past your legs, as opposed to the ceiling. If you're looking at the ceiling, you'll notice that your neck starts to work really too hard. So keep your focus on your thighs. And then when you come back down, your low back will want to pop up off the floor. So that's where you really have to put some extra focus there to keep your low back imprinted into the floor. So we'll do a few of these. You're going to exhale on the up and down and up. And now you are doing a basic crunch. Now it's not easy. It's just basic. And from all the directions I gave you, you can tell it's not really that simple either. But this is a starting point for working the rectus abdominis. And keep your glutes out of it. There's a tendency for people to squeeze their glutes and press their hips up, like that's going to help them. So don't let that be you. Let's do 8 more together. 8, down, 7, down, down, 5, down, 4, exhale 3, exhale 2, exhale 1. Now we'll do one more exercise for the rectus abdominis, and we'll get some leg action going with it. So flex your feet, pressing the heels away from you. Bring your knees as close into your chest as you can, and lift your head and neck. Again, looking right at your thighs, or like your knees almost into your eyeballs there. You're going to use your right leg as leverage as your left leg extends out to lift your shoulder blades higher up off the floor. At the same time, again, press the shoulders away from the ears. You have that egg, invisible egg, between your chin and your chest. And your belly is pulling down, low back imprinted. And while you're at it, you might as well tighten up that left thigh. Make it work. And switch. 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, exhale 4, and 6, 7. Now do the same thing, but try it with your hands behind your head without losing any of that height. 8, 7, so these are called single leg stretches. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, hug your knees in, rock it out a little bit side to side. Little massage for the low back, and then let's do that again. So flex your feet, lift your head and neck, shoulders away from the ears, hold on to the right leg, extend the left leg out. 1, exhale 2, 3, belly pulling down. 4, 5, 6, 7, hands behind your head. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees, head and neck down, rock it out side to side. So for segment number 2, we're going to work the internal and the external obliques. These are the muscles that bend you and twist you. Good stuff. Whittling the waist. So we're going to do 2 exercises. The first is similar to the last one we just did. So this time you're going to point your toes, keeping your knees into your chest. Lift your head and neck, shoulder blades up as high as you can get them, but keep your shoulders out of your ears. And this time we're going to start with the hands behind the head and neck already. So again, you're looking at your thighs as opposed to the ceiling. Lengthen your left leg out, and you're going to take your left armpit across your body. So a common mistake here is that people are aiming to touch their elbow to their knee. And when you try to do that, you end up working out your neck a little more than you need to. So you want to go for more of a rib cage twist. And so by aiming your knee to your armpit, you get that a little better. So in, and then twist, and then twist. So what I'm doing right now, when I move through the center, I'm letting my shoulder blades roll into the mat and away from the mat. So if you want to make this a little more challenging when you're ready, you can keep your shoulder blades up off the floor as you move through the center. Hard to talk and do that at the same time. And twist, and twist, and twist. We'll do 8 more altogether. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees, rock it out side to side. You might be tempted to speed it up to get it done faster, but I advise against that. The slower you do these, the more effective they are. So maybe you do less, but you do them slower and more effectively, and then you're going to get more bang for your buck right there. So our second obliques exercise, you're going to take your legs into a tabletop position. So the knees directly over your hips. You should already feel your abs working before you even do anything. So this is a resting position. This is a working position. This is what we want. Take your arms out in a T and anchor your shoulders down. Don't let your shoulders move, and keep your inner thighs glued together. You're going to lift the left hip up off the floor as your knees, your legs start to come down towards the floor. You're just going to hover over the floor, keeping that left shoulder down, inner thighs together, and then exhale back to the center. And then inhale the legs over the other way. So your hip comes up, inner thighs stay glued together. They will try to pull apart, so you have to really think about that. Right shoulder anchored down, and exhale back to the center. Inhale over to the right, and exhale center. Inhale left, and exhale center. Inhale right, exhale center. Left, I'm moving down my mat slowly, very slow mode of transportation here. Left, and in one more time each side. All right, you can feel those obliques kicking in. And left and in. Now we're going to do a second set, and you can either do them like we just did, or I'll give you an option if you want to go a little more advanced. You can lengthen your legs up. I suggest flexing your feet. Helps you tighten the thighs and opens the hamstrings a little bit more. And again, you want the weight in your hips. So if you're really flexible, you'll be able to do this. That's more of a resting position, believe it or not. So you want your legs further out so you feel your abs working, thighs tight. And again, arms out to the side. You don't have to go too far before you feel your obliques kick in. So the left hip comes up and the left shoulder stays down. Feel them working, and exhale back to the center. Inhale over to the left, and exhale center. And right, and exhale center. And left, and center. and right. Hold it a second and center, keeping it slow. You might be tempted to go faster than me, but don't. More effective and safe to go a little bit slower. And left. And exhale, center one more time each side. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. And left. Exhale, center. Moving on to segment number 3. So for this part of your workout, we're going to work all the muscles along your spine. The erector spinae, the quadratus lumborum, all the little muscles in between, and some upper back muscles as well. So yes, your lower back is part of your core. So we're going to start on your bellies. And the setup for this is really important. You're going to have your inner thighs together, tops of the feet pressing down, thighs so tight that your knees lift up, and then it's really easy to dump in the low back. So what I want you to do is press your hips down so you feel your tailbone lengthen and your belly pull up. It's not actually going to come up, but you'll feel your core engaging. Take your arms out in front of you and keeping your tops of the feet pressing down, you're going to lift your upper body, arms alongside your ears with your focus straight down at your mat for 3, 2, 1, and down. Lift 3, 2, 1, down. Lift 3, 2, 1, down. Lift 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to add on. Lift 3, we're going to add a circle, opening your chest. So you want to keep your focus down instead of cranking your neck like that. So lengthening the crown of your head forward, and then circle forward again and down. Lift 3, 2, 1, and down. Now the first thing to go is usually the legs because we're not moving them, so we forget about them. So spare a little bit of your focus to keep your thighs super tight. And circle, reach front and down. Lift, I like to call this one a posture fixer. It counters all that hovering that we do all day. Hovering over our computers, hovering. This counters all that. Let's do one more. Lift 3, 2, hold it, and release. We're gonna get a nice stretch here before we do the second exercise. Pushing your hands away from you so you make as much space as you can between your fingertips and your tailbone. And then come on back out to your stomach. So, again, your arms out in front of you, inner thighs together, tops of the feet pressing down, thighs so tight the knees lift up, hips pressing down, belly pulling up. Now you're going to lift your arms and your legs at the same time, reaching for opposite walls. So you're feeling like you're lengthening your body. Now this is a little tricky, so don't overthink it. You're going to put your right hand and your left leg down. So it's opposites, always opposites, whether you know your right from your left or not. Just the opposite. And then exhale to lift back up. Now the left hand and the right leg come down and exhale and back up. Right arm, left leg, and up. Left arm, right leg, up. And what this does is it rebalances any imbalances that you have in your spine. And we all have imbalances. And up. So it's just opposite hand to foot. 8, and lift. 7, lift. 6, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it, reaching your fingertips and your toes to opposite walls, lengthening. One more deep breath. And exhale, stretch back, child's pose. And moving right along. So for our final segment, we are going to work the transverse abdominis. What is that? That's the muscle that goes around your middle. It's your deepest core muscle. And it's the one that basically holds you up as you go through your day-to-day. So the best way to work the transverse abdominis is to take it and put it against gravity and hold it there. So what does that mean? It means we're gonna do a plank. So first I'm gonna get you into a basic plank position. So your hands directly underneath your shoulders, pressing your fingers down more than your wrist, so you have a little bit of relief for the wrist. Then press your right leg back, super tight thigh, and then the left leg goes back to meet it. So your thighs are tight, lifting up. Belly is pulling up towards your spine and tailbone lengthening. You want to have your shoulder blades not too far apart, not too close together, but right in the middle. The first thing that starts to go is usually the low back. So you want to keep an eye on that. Belly pulling in and thighs tight. If this is too much for you, the modification is simply to take your knees down. So you leave your torso long, but you just have your knees down. Now I'm going to show you one more variation and then we'll be all done. So back up here. Now this variation down on your forearms I think is more challenging. So it's the same positioning with your thighs tight, belly pulling up, tailbone long, except you're on your forearms now. And the modification is the same. So you just keep your torso long and you can bring your knees down. And that's the modification. So we're going to hold it here for 10 more counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hips down. Get a nice stretch for your chest there. And then we'll reverse back into the child's pose one last time, making as much space as you can between your fingertips and your tailbone. And then you are all done. So I'll see you for the next video. Bye for now. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends, like it below, and leave a comment for me. And while you're at it, for more support, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join my tribe at MirandaMatthewson.com/tribe.